Hello and welcome to All For United with me, John Foster, MUFC. Somewhere different today, Matt.
Yeah.
Somewhere different. We're at Leigh Sports Village for the first time in 15 months for myself. Last time we was here together was probably January 2020. It's about right, and it's been quite a bit of time to come in. How you doing, Matthew? Okay?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, John. Glad to be outside. You know, we've got some rare Manchester weather, as the viewers can see. It's very sunny outside. And like I said, it's just nice to get out. I think we've been away for a long time. A lot of viewers have seen us on screen, and sometimes it's difficult. You know, you can't always get everything across, but, you know, we've decided to mix it up today. You know, like I say, we're outside, we're on location, we're here at the stadium. Just played Tottenham Hotspur, and obviously I know we'll get onto that sort of later on, the result, and we'll analyse that. But yeah, just really happy to be back. How have you found it then? Obviously, because we've been supporting from home, and it's obviously, you know, it's been difficult, hasn't it, to kind of, you know, not have that match-going interaction, and sort of we've all been alone. But how have you found sort of, like I say, you know, supporting the girls from home?
It's been completely different. You know, we haven't been able to be vocal, literally, like, in the stadium. So I've done our best to be vocal on social media, and hopefully, I think it's helped. I think we've done quite well at it. Just on the way down here, though, it is quite emotional because I haven't travelled for more than like 20 minutes, half an hour since the pandemic started. And then all of a sudden now, we're making these long journeys, and a long journey for myself, a couple of hours, putting a bit of music on, and obviously getting a bit excited. So, we just practicing with the technology, of course. But yeah, it's definitely been emotional. Look, it's been a journey. I think the girls have done a fantastic job in the last 12 months. I think our club's done really well during lockdown, especially last year when it was all like brand new. Obviously, we kind of got used to it in the last few months. But I think the club's done well. I think our supporters have done well. We've kept social media going. Not just us. I mean, I'm talking about the whole world. People from Asia getting involved. People from Norway, America, Holland. I think we've done a good job, even though it's been very difficult. How about yourself?
Yeah, I think similar to you. You know, I think, you know, it's been a case of just kind of, like you said, just adapting and sort of getting used to it. I think for me, you know, we always, as obviously, you know, fans, we get here quite early, don't we? And we set up the flags and we line up and we have a chat. So I think, you know, missing that, you know, I usually leave my house. I mean, I don't live too far from here. I'm just outside Salford. And I think for me, it's just, you know, you get up on that Sunday morning and you get excited. And I think sometimes now, not that I'm losing the excitement, but it's kind of like, you know, it's difficult. But yeah, I suppose, you know, just get up and, you know, you don't have to move far, do you? You kind of get up from my room straight downstairs. I usually watch the games on my laptop, so, you know, it's just a case of set the laptop up. But it is you just miss that sort of interaction, don't you, having the laughs that we have.
Yeah.
You know, and it's, like you say, it's been hard. It's taken some getting used to, but I think, you know, now things are getting a little bit easier in terms of being allowed out a little bit more. You know, we can do things like this, and we can all, you know, as we've watched the game today together, and we've all, you know, we've enjoyed it, and it's been great. So it just offers something different. But I think supporting from home's not been terrible. I think there's been times it's been difficult. I mean, I don't have BT, so I've been quite vocal about that. And sometimes access to games has been difficult. But I think on the whole, like you said, we've had sort of, you know, the Twitter and the YouTube and chatting to people. And I think, you know, we'll move on to the thank yous shortly. But I think for me, it's just been great, because the reason why we do this is not only to provide content to fans, but I think it's great that we've met so many new people. And like you say, I've been chatting to people similar to you from America, from Norway, from India, Abu Dhabi, literally like all over the world. And it's been fantastic. And they've all been sort of excited to hear about the team, which is great, because I think if there's one sort of positive to come out of this, it's been that we have, you know, sort of made it global and things have come out. But I'll let you sort of move on to the thank yous and talk a little bit about that, because I know these are massively important to our show.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mentioned it on a little Twitter video that we did just a couple of minutes ago. You guys will be seeing this on Monday. So if you scroll back onto on Sunday's Twitter, then obviously you'll see I did put a bit of a thank you message out. But just like some of the journalists to start off with, who helped us get a bit more well known. So the likes of Molly Hudson, Emma Sanders, Richard Laverty, Simon in Jamaica, Brad Cox, Adam Millington. Sorry if I've missed anybody out, but you guys have chose to come onto our show, and we really appreciate that, because if you guys come onto our show, then one, you obviously respect it, and it shows that other fans can respect us as well if you guys do. So first of all, thank you to all you lot. Thank you to the amount of fans that watch that week in, week out, show in, show out. So even when we went to 2 shows a week and then 4 shows a week, we still average over 250 views every show. Sometimes 3 or 4 or 500 views as well. So we're really appreciative of everyone who tunes in on every show. And also thanks to you, Matt and Ben, for joining me and Nat on a regular basis. When we first started out, I had visions of it just being me and Nat talking once a week. And then Natalie said, well, let's try and get some guests on. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds brilliant. Who are we going to get? And then obviously you and Ben came on more than anybody else. And now you've got your own shows. And it's, we've expanded that way, aren't we? And how have you found it, like going from like the odd guest on a show to actually having the responsibility of your own show?
Yeah. Pressure. No, I think it's been great. You touched on it really well there. I think first of all, thank you as well. You mentioned journalists. I think thank you to Ben at All for United. Mm-hmm. He sort of, you talked about your Thursday show, and he sort of gave us the platform to do that. And then he trusted obviously yourself, Natalie, myself, and Ben to sort of run it, and obviously Amber as well. Amber does these sort of videos for us on the Twitter, and I think it's just been nice because it's been a big sort of community. We talked about the fans and the journalists, and we've had so many people come to us, to say, can we come on your show? And we've had a really good reaction. Yeah. But in terms of myself, I think I've enjoyed, obviously, I always enjoy being a guest. And I have enjoyed as well, being a host. I think it's been great that I've been able to sort of host Tuesday shows. And, sometimes we've covered sort of just talking points. I think there's always breaking news in the women's game. And there's always been things to talk about, and I think it's great because the Tuesdays, like I say, it's a little bit more general football. Yeah. Still, obviously, touch on bits, involving Man United. But I think for me, it's been great because we have had, we did the transfer deadline day in January, and I think that was fantastic in terms of interacting with our fans. And I've talked to Villa fans, I've talked to, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, Leicester fans. It's been really good in that sense. So I think, I've enjoyed it, really have. I think it's kept us all entertained, hasn't it? Myself, you. But yeah, so I think, really, really pleased. I'm shocked. Well, I say I'm shocked. I'm shocked and I'm not. I think I'm more shocked, happy shocked, if that makes sense. Yeah. Sort of how well it's gone. I think back to my Tuesday shows, and I remember messaging you about a month or so ago saying, we've hit 5,000 views already, and we've done 20 shows, and this was just on Twitter Lives. And I think, it shows that the appetite's there and it's what people want. So, absolutely overwhelmed. I think it's been really, really good. But yeah, like I say, just thank you to everybody. I tweeted your video this morning. I did say, it's to give fans a voice. And listen, we know not everybody agrees, and we know, there's disagreements. That's absolutely fine. This is what makes it great, is that people can come on and give their opinion. Yeah. And it's always been about fans say, I've had people before tweet me and they say, oh, sorry. And I'm like, don't apologise. Never apologise for having a view. Yeah. It might be completely different. That's fine. But I think for me, it's just, it's part of the show. It's what makes the show, is that people can come on, they can say something. And listen, don't be scared to sort of come and give your views. It's important that you have a view and you have a say and an opinion. So, yeah, just massively thankful to everybody, and obviously yourself as well as Ben, for sort of giving me that chance. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
I think that's the one thing. Obviously, we say that we're progressing as All for United. And that's the thing, because we're not just talking about Man United anymore. We're talking about the FA. We're talking about other teams. Yeah. And it's a good education as well for someone like me who's not followed the women's football for longer than 2-3 seasons. I'm learning myself, and I'm helping other people learn. And sorry about the video, guys. We're just trying out this new tripod that we've got. So bear with us. We will work it out eventually. But we have got Natalie and Ben joining us very soon as well. So they'll be on a show very soon. But yeah, so we're actually at Leigh Sports Village at the moment. So I don't know if it's worth us just having a little bit of a tour. How long have we got left of the video? Do this side, that little red block. Everybody's gone. Okay, so if we could have a bit of a tour, maybe, of what we can see, and then we'll have a little bit of a talk on the match ahead, because it is match day after all. So we do want to talk a little bit about Tottenham. Shall I hold that for you, Matt? That's right, yeah.
Got it. So what we're going to do is, excuse the wobbleness, we've got here, this is the old training pitch. Now, you can see the athletics track behind me. Some of you may recognise, and if I hold the phone up here, we've got obviously goalposts and things like that. So yeah, this is where the girls used to train. And obviously, like I say, bear with us whilst we do this. Obviously, we've got to keep our distance as well between myself and John. So we'll head over, I think, this way, John, and we'll show Obviously the training pitches now. This here, obviously, some people, aren't a fan of the facility. Some people are. I think personally, I don't mind it. I think it's a good facility. Some people are saying it might be, part of the problem with our injuries, but I honestly don't know. But I think what we'll do is we'll try. I think there's a rugby game going on, so we might just have to, sort of cut that short. But yeah, and I can hear two familiar voices as well.
So we get them in?
Yeah, we'll get them in. We've got Natalie and Ben, so we'll get them in as well. We're just live. It's our match reaction show, but we're just giving the viewers a bit of an insight. So just taking them on a little tour of LSV. So obviously we're all here, the gang. Can't fit everybody in. Where's Ben? There he is. So yeah, so we're just obviously talking, sort of discussing our thoughts on how we've found supporting from home. So I don't know if you two, whilst you're here, want to add your thoughts.
Been horrible.
Good start.
I've not liked it. I like to be around people. Even just now, like we're going to go to the pub, it's going to open later. I think once things got like that, got back on, I had to do it because for me, it's not about who scores what goal or who passes or who's the best player on the pitch. It's about this. It's about us all being together. That's where I like football. That's what it's all about. And being back in the pub is where you can't get in a stadium. The pub's second best for me always. So
you're grateful we have a pub to go to now that's open.
I mean, we could have gone up near Old Trafford, but I think this is home. This is the girls' home. So there's no point going to a pub at Old Trafford when they play here. Come here, see what he's saying. I've been at Old Trafford, I know what that's like.
Yeah.
This is my home. This is my home. So.
And Ben, I'm just going to come round to you. Obviously, I'm going to have to rotate the camera because I mentioned before we're all spread out. But just how have you found supporting from home then? How's it been for you?
Terrible, mate. Terrible. It's not been the same. Well, I met Nat yesterday at the protest, mate, and it just brought all that. Just being there just brought it all back to me. What football's all about. What I miss about it is the people.
Mm-hmm.
We can all disagree with each other sometimes, we might have the old falling outs and that, but at the end of the day, man, I love you like family, and that's what I've missed about it, the family element of this whole thing, that we've all been brought together, over the last couple of seasons, and it's like a big family to me, and I've missed it, and I miss the buzz of match days. You can't, when you're at home, you try to watch it on telly, you try and replicate as best you can.
Absolutely.
Do the odd sing song. Well, I do. Well, people might think I'm strange for that, but try to do the odd sing song and that. But it's just not the same, is it? And I was seeing Natalie yesterday, the way she was bounced up and down, at the old protest. It just brought it all back to me. That's what it's all about. That excitement, that exuberance that you get from a football match. You just can't replicate it at home, unfortunately. So, man, it feels ages since I've been down here.
I know. Myself and John were just, we were saying this, weren't we? It's sort of been, it's been like a good 12 months at least. But I think what we'll do is we'll head down past the sort of training facility now, and we'll sort of give the viewers, especially fans that haven't been here before, an insight into what our sort of stadium looks like and the facilities. So yeah, we'll sort of head down and round, and obviously you guys can have a look, because I know sometimes, not everybody gets to see this facility. You might see it sort of on the telly, or you might see it online. And I think it's one of them things. But John, I'm going to sort of come over to you then. Obviously, we talked about sort of facilities, and we've been based, haven't we, at Carrington for about a month now, maybe two. What do you think then? Do you think that's a good thing? I mean, obviously, it's a top class facility. The men's team use it, and we seem to have more access now to sort of medical facilities and obviously better standard of pitches. Do you think this can only be a positive, sort of, in terms of getting to the bottom of these injuries and things?
Yeah, look, there needs to be that investigation to start off with, and there has been. We know something needs to happen to improve. The amount of injuries that we've had on the training ground has been far too many. So yeah, look, they're trying something out there. That's the main thing. If it works, then great. If it doesn't, then we need to look at other things. It's not just going to be the training facilities. I'm sure there's other things as well. How often they train. Are they training too much? Are they training correctly? Is it the physio's fault? Is it everybody? Is it the coaches more than the actual facility? That's something that we need to look at as well. But yeah, absolutely. Look, we have got a bit of a game going on shortly as well, so we don't want to forget about that. Ben, what are your thoughts on the fact that we've got a game today? Obviously, Tottenham are coming here. You haven't had the best season, have they? What are you expecting from today?
Should be a decent match, to be fair. we're just hoping that we can go out there and get our 3 points, mate, because that's what we need. We still need to keep that pressure up on Arsenal. It's not mathematically over, like I said on my match show last night. It's not mathematically over, so we should keep on grinding at them 3 points, mate, because if Arsenal do slip up, we need to be in that position then.
Yeah.
Even if they just drop a point, we need to be in that position then to capitalise, to put a little bit more pressure on them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, pressure's everything in football, so I just hope we go out there, give a good account of ourselves, get a few goals under our belt as well, because I love it if we just score a little bit more freedom than what we have been doing. So, I think the Burnley game gives us a great opportunity. Well, gave us a great opportunity for that, because we opened the front gates up a little bit, we scored a few goals, and that's what it's all about, mate. Just getting the confidence back into the players. And I think playing Burnley in the cup, I think it came at the right time to give them a little bit of a confidence boost, an extra confidence boost, because before that we were just on a bit of a downward, weren't we? A little bit, we were stuck in a little bit of a rut. If you know what I mean. But mate, 3 points is big today. We need it big time.
I did say just last week the fact that we played such a fun squad in that FA Cup game. Those same players now should still play today as well, so that'll keep that momentum going. Hopefully, it'll still give them that boost. Whereas if we hadn't changed the squad quite a lot on the FA Cup game, then these players who have just come back in, it means that they might not have played for another few weeks, and them might not have actually improved. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting game. The starting 11 will be coming out soon, so we'll do live for that one shortly. I don't know where Nat's gone. She's probably going to check.
I think she's soaking up the atmosphere now. I think that's where today now. Not being here for so long, and I think he's even hit home to me, mate. When you just drive and pull up to the car park, I've not seen this for ages. I've not been here since the last time we played at home. It's the last home game.
Yeah, that was me, mate. Yeah.
I live down the bloody road like training, so it's like it just brings it all back to you a little bit, doesn't it? It's a little bit of a hits you a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's a special place, It's a home ground of our women's side. It's the home ground of our 23s, and we've not really.
Oh, I'm excited to
been here for a while. So
we used to come here once or twice a week, whether it be with the under 23s men's or the women's team. It's there's a lot there, isn't there? So yeah. So
as you can see, if I just show the back, we are around the back of the stadium here. So yeah, and obviously, like you guys mentioned, it's good to be back, isn't it? I think it's massively important that we do get fans in as of sort of September. I think the players talk so much about missing it. But yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll head back around the other side, and we'll again just give that insight into, like I say, to viewers. So if we follow straight round here, and it just gives a chance for people to see. Obviously, we do have a very nice home ground. But, we were talking before, weren't we, John, sort of on facilities and things. But yeah, I think for me, this is one of probably, I rate it as probably one of the best stadiums in the league. Fantastic pitch. Considering they have the rugby on it as well, I think we do an excellent job in keeping the pitch, very good condition throughout the years. It's got the undersoil heating as well. It's got the pitch covers. So, there's very rarely here games postponed. I think we've had one, which was when we had that little storm last year before it got cancelled against Chelsea.
Yes.
But that was sort of one of the things where it couldn't be helped. It was deemed unsafe because we had strong winds and things were blowing off the roof. But I think, listen, we've got this now, and okay, it's not our own ground, but it's a 12,000-seater stadium. I'm going to come over to you, John, because I know you've talked about, haven't you, about sort of getting the place full and rocking. So I'll let you talk a little bit about that, and obviously Ben can give his thoughts as well.
Yeah, look, I mean, we was at the back of the stadium, Justin. You can actually see there's a gap where you can actually see where we actually stand.
Yeah.
And I just love seeing that. I was like, flipping out, we used to be there for so much. And and I just obviously just want everyone to be a part of it and just feel the happiness that we feel. And you might be watching this for the first time and think, I'm not going to be happy with that. But the thing is, until you try it and experience it, you're not going to feel that happiness and excitement. And hopefully, the video that we've kind of shown you over the last 8 months is kind of put that passion into you as well, or education into you, or if you're intrigued, maybe now you're going to start watching us on Sky Sports next season and then come into stadiums. And touching on what you said there, Matt, regarding how nice the stadium looks.
Yeah.
It is. It's beautiful, isn't it? The old bed seats up against the nice green grass. I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I just driving into the car park as well. I mean, I had to record it because it was just 15 months, like Ben said, you know, just getting emotional coming down here again because we've got so many memories.
Yeah, I think it's very strange, isn't it? Like you say, when you first enter the car park for the first time in what's been like, 12, 13, no longer, 15 months.
Yeah.
It's very, like you say, very surreal. But I'm going to let you talk, Ben, and sort of, you know, like I say, we touched on the stadium, but just give your thoughts. Obviously, you come on here and you stand with us all at the back. So yeah, whilst we give this guided tour to everybody, do you want to sort of speak about, like, you know, things on a match day and sort of the process that we go through as fans?
Yeah, well, usually we get a good couple hours before kick-off, don't we, all meet up, and sometimes even go across to the Morrisons to have a bit of a break-in. Maybe grab a drink or something, you know.
And have a week because you've got a 2-hour journey.
Exactly. And we just start gathering outside, you know. Usually, we're one of the first in the line because obviously we have flags to hang up and what have you, you know. Or people that obviously want their flags hanging up as well, they're usually first in line. So we get them all sorted. So yeah, we usually queue up. We usually get our team moves as we queuing up.
And have a meltdown.
Yeah, everybody has a meltdown. Everybody's happy, or, you know, very rarely that everybody's happy all at the same time. So we've always got to have a little moan up road about the lineups. But listen, we usually into the little entrance area over there. We queue up there. We get our team news, and then after we've got a little grumble, a little moan, if we're all happy, Natalie will start bursting into a sing-song, bouncing around, try and sell a little bit of merch if she can, which is
always important to get your merch.
That's the word I'm looking for. We've got some really nice gear that we sell on a match day to the fans, and then we obviously once the turnstiles open, get our bags searched and what have you, go through the turnstile, and it's like, those of us that hang flags up, we go and hang the flags up. Those of us that just that don't, maybe get another little bite to eat or a drink at the concourse area, or just go straight to the seats, you know, to the top row. Dare I say, we'll start making noise straight away, mate. You know what I mean? It's start getting a little sing-song going, even though the players may or may not be out for a warm-up, depending on what time they open the turnstiles. Sometimes we're not open for like an hour before kick-off, so players are usually already out. So
speaking of the famous Morrisons, there in the background.
So yeah, you know, it's all about that match day experience, mate. And then just do you know what else I miss about this place? Though, just seeing them flags hanging on the old terrace end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And we're just taking the mick out of Craney's tea towels for flags. I miss that, mate.
I'm going to just stop here and just spin. So people, if I move out the way of that lamp.
I'll move out the way.
People, if I shift as well, this is the front of our stadium. So as you can see, you know, if we sort of pan around a little bit, yeah, this is where we play our home games. And like we talked about, you know, it's a very, very good stadium. I think we'll sort of carry on down, we'll head back round and we've done a full loop. But yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? You know, like I say, big game today. So big game yesterday, because actually you'll all see this, like I say, Monday. So big game yesterday, obviously Tottenham Hotspur. You know, it's good to be back. I know myself and Ben, obviously we talked about, we didn't see the international friendlies as worthwhile or a little bit pointless. But I think, you know, it's good now. We've got Bristol next week. And then after that, we finish the league against Everton. And then after that, it's FA Cup. And then we're finished. And then it's on to the Olympics. But I think, you know, it's crazy because I think for me, you know, some people say the season has flown and some people say it's dragged. I think for me, it's kind of dragged. It feels like ages ago since it started. And I don't know if that's due to everything that's going on, but it's very, very interesting anyway. But like I say, we're back around now, the other side of the ground.
Can I just jump in as well there, Matt? Go on. Just the fact that it's match day, we're not actually able to go into the ground, of course.
No.
But just the fact that we're going to watch the match together
in
the pub, having a bite to eat with your mates, it almost feels like back to normal again.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the famous pub there in the background, what John's referring to. And obviously, as you can see now, we're sort of at the side of the ground. So this is the end. This is the terrace end where we hang all the flags. So this stand here is where you'll see on telly our famous flags hung up. That's like John said, the pub where we're all going to be watching today's game. So yeah, well yeah, should we get a brief thoughts on the game then, and then we will, like I say, sort of wrap this up and get ready for part 2. So bear with us whilst I put this down. There we go. Super. You are in. You are in. We're just all tangled. But go on, John. I'll let you carry on whilst I detangle us.
Yeah, so look, it's a game that I think we still need to win. I think no matter what happens regarding the Champions League now, we need to win 3 games out of 3 just to get our points back on the board and just so we've only finished the season 3 points behind Arsenal. I think, we started about on our podcast before that we still want to finish as close to Arsenal as possible so we can say that we've shown progression. So I think for me today, let's bang in a few goals, a bit like what Ben says, and let's just enjoy today. I think the pressure's kind of off a little bit now because I don't think there's any pressure on us, not in my opinion. The players might feel that there's pressure on them, but for me personally, I think the season's pretty much over with now when it comes to where we're finishing the league. So for me, I just want us to go out there, have a bit of fun and get as many points on the board now as possible. How about yourself, Ben?
Yeah, as I said, mate, 3 points is crucial, absolutely crucial. We need to just keep that pressure on Arsenal, mate. It's not mathematically over. They can have a little slip and a little wobble. We just need to make sure that we get our points on the board to make it count. I just want to see us at the end of the day, if we finish 4th, we finish 4th. I just want to see us have a strong end to the season. Yeah. Just get a few goals in, get a bit of confidence back into that side. And as I said about the Burnley game, I think that's exactly what that's done. It's breathed new confidence into us, in my opinion. I think we've got a few goals there. And I'd just like to take that into this game with Spurs today and just go out there and play our football the way we know we can play our football. Yeah. And just go out there and grab as many goals as we can, get a comfortable win, 3 big points on the board, and it's over to Arsenal.
That's it. Look, we are going to come to the end of this show. This is part 1. We will do a part 2 after the game as well. We're going to record it all in the same day, of course. But first of all, thanks to Matt for sorting out the technology. Obviously, this is a bit of a trial one, ready for next season, so we can actually see what works, what doesn't work. Audios and visuals, obviously important. But yeah, this is the first time that we've all got together, and I'm really excited. It's really nice just to be able to chill out with the mates who you've spent a lot of time with over the last 2 or 3 years, and obviously the last 15 months have just been on social media. So to see everyone actually in person, it feels a bit weird, but it's good. It's good. So I'm going to let you all go now. Thank you very much. Stay tuned in because there will be another show right after this, a match reaction show. And Matt, I'll leave you to end the broadcast. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, cheers for tuning in, guys, and we will see you all in part 2. Thank you.